Happy New Year, everyone. I don't know if you can see my shirt or not. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Today, we're going to cover the story of Lazarus in the 11th chapter of the book of John. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this story. Now, Lazarus was a good friend of Jesus, as were his sisters, Martha and Mary. This is the Mary that anointed Jesus with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair after washing them. Now Lazarus was sick, so Martha and Mary sent word to Jesus. Now when Jesus heard this, he said, "This is not a sickness unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby." Now Jesus loved all three of them, Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, but he didn't rush to them. He stayed where he was for 2 more days and then set out to go visit them. So then Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go to Judea again." The disciples said, "But Master, last time we were there, they attempted to stone you. You sure about this, boss?" Jesus said, "Our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go that I may awake him out of his sleep." The disciples said, "Well, if he's sleeping, he's okay." Jesus was talking about death, and they were thinking literally sleeping. So Jesus said to them, "Lazarus is dead." Then said Thomas to the other disciples, "Let us also go, that we may die with him." Then when Jesus came, he found out that Lazarus had already been dead and in the grave 4 days already. Now Bethany was close to Jerusalem, and many Jews came to comfort Martha and Mary. When they heard Jesus was near, Martha ran out to meet him, but Mary stayed in the house. Now Martha said to Jesus, if only you had been here sooner, my brother would still be alive. But I know that even now, that whatsoever you ask of God, he will give it to you." Jesus said to her, "Lazarus will rise again." Martha said, "Yeah, I know he will rise again in the resurrection." Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Do you believe me, Martha?" She answered, "Yes, Lord, I know you are the Son of God." So Martha goes back to the house and tells Mary that Jesus wants to talk to her. As soon as she heard that, she got up and hurried to Jesus. Now Jesus wasn't there yet, but he was close. He wasn't far off. He was almost there. When all the Jews saw Mary get up and run out of the house, they thought maybe she was going to visit Lazarus' grave, so they followed her. Then when Mary got to Jesus, she fell at his feet and said to him, "Lord, if only you had been here sooner, my brother had not died." So when Jesus saw Mary and all the Jews weeping, he groaned in his spirit and was troubled. Jesus said, "Where have you laid him?" "Lord, come and see." Then the shortest verse in the Bible, John 11:35, Jesus wept. And I don't think he was crying. Well, here, let me say one more sentence. Then the Jews answered this by saying, "He loved him." I don't think he was crying because of Lazarus, because he knew he was fixing to be alive again. I think he was crying because he was sad, because all the people were not understanding and believing in him. And I could be wrong, but anyway. So Lazarus was in a cave with a stone covering the entrance. Jesus told them to roll the stone away from the grave. Now Martha said, "Lord, he's going to stink by now. He's been in there 4 days." Jesus said to her, "Did I not say that if you would just believe, then you would see the glory of God?" They rolled away the stone, and Jesus looked to heaven and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you hear me always, but because of all these people standing with me, I said it that they might believe that you have sent me." After he had spoken, he said with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come forth." And he that was dead came out, bound in grave clothes, and his face was covered with a napkin. Jesus said, "Loose him and let him go." Now the Jews went away astonished, and many now believed on Jesus. Not sure who wouldn't after that. You know what I mean? And some went and told the Pharisees about the miracle, and they were furious because Jesus was going to take away all their followers, hence their tithes and offerings. So from here forth, they plotted how they might take Jesus out of the picture. Then, of course, that started the long journey of planning his demise through the hands of the betrayer named Judas. But hey, that's for another day. Please leave a comment if you want. I'd really like to improve the podcast to make it more interesting and therefore reaching more people so that I can glorify God to as many people as possible. So if you have any cool ideas for me, please share them in the comment section below. And I want to thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe if you hadn't already. Share the video and hit that thumbs up button to like the video. And I'll see you folks next week. Thanks again.